Seems like a good place to start.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
Where you start? The beginning. Like a good place to start.
It's a very good place to start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to That Checks Out. I'm done with the introduction. Here we go with the show. It's even worse than last week.
Yeah. Well, it's because you saw me trying to take a drink of water.
Damon, it's up to you.
He's like, you gotta hurry up. And now to you, Damon.
If you don't know who we are, then you don't know by now.
Yeah. If you don't know who we are, congratulations.
Yeah, you've lived a pretty good life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'll give you one clue about us.
They're real heavy.
Yeah. And collectively, we're tons of fun. Yes.
Well, of something at least.
Yeah. Yeah. We're tons of something. So this week I did put a post up about how it appears that I lose weight first in my legs. Well, if you can point out another body part besides the one that my wife's disappointed with, I don't know where I've lost more weight. Okay?
I like how everyone that knows you is like, yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then like your wife and the rest of your extended family are like, oh, you look so good. And we're like, no.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
False. I'll take what is false
Yeah.
for 500, Alex?
Luckily, that isn't the only answer on the quiz because you would have failed.
Right. It seems you misspelled your name, so you're really not getting full
Yeah, but
credit
isn't it
on
funny
this.
though? Like you never lose weight in the parts so you need to lose it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it
Like
was,
I want to fit in these pants. Okay, well we're gonna lose weight in your feet
hey,
and your
good
wrists.
news. Good news. My legs have never fit my pants better. Okay. So
Yeah, but the problem is you got to get them up past your thighs.
right, yeah. Like, why are you wearing what are the boot cut bell bottoms? No. That's just straight leg, straight leg. So just every time a gust of wind, you just see all the fabric moving.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone mentioned skinny jeans, and you're like, well, they all look like skinny jeans, but
yeah.
that's not how they're actually cut.
There's nothing skinny about
Yeah.
skinny dipping. There's nothing that's an option with the word skinny in it whatsoever. It's like chunky Dunkin' or whatever they call those, right? it's kind of what it is, you know. But no, so I put that up. And a lot of people were commenting, but it is weird when you're looking for a difference. Now you see the difference in the scale on the number,
Yeah.
and you're like, cool. When's my shirt going to agree with you? Hey, I got a pile of denim over there that says you're wrong.
Right.
You know, so it's just kind of weird. You know, where do you lose?
When am
weight
I going to
first?
lose this neck baggage?
Yeah, yeah. I got luggage.
Well, I have the same issue. Like my legs don't look like if you were just take a picture of me from my legs down, it'd be like, oh, that guy's all right.
Yeah,
Seems fine.
Well, how do you tell? Like you're doing the family photo, and you're like, cool, just get my legs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You could get it from my nose up
Yeah.
and from like my knees down. That'd be great.
I show up at Sears with my ladder. It's like, what are you doing? I want to be in the family photo, but just the good parts. So I'm going to turn around and stand on my tippy toes. So, you get that full flex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I've got that wonderful type 2 diabetes
Yeah.
physique where it all stays at the waist forever.
Yeah.
Like I could lose 100 pounds. It's like, you still look a little fat, man. I don't know what's going on with you. Like your face looked thin, and then we went down, and we're like, no.
Well, see, what's weird is I can go down, and again, it's like throwing a deck chair off the Titanic. I get it. But I can go down 30 pounds on the scale, and my shirt's still like, you're going to want to stretch me.
Yeah.
You're going to want to,
Well,
if I come out of the dryer.
Everyone's like, you might want to get a new scale.
Your
You get that
scale-
scale at Dollar Tree? I don't know if that's actually
right. What's the old Simpson dad towel rack?
Yeah.
Get the gut off the towel rack, Got to move the scale away from all the walls. But
I never did get my tab.
it's so weird though that's the first place, like I said, that and it's noticeable. So it's just like, it's so weird, and especially being wintertime, it does nothing for me. Wearing shorts is not like an option right now because I'm not that big. There are still people wearing shorts. Just I need to cross a different plateau. But no, I thought it was very nice. The words of encouragement, the words of discouragement were plenty. So, but no, it was
We're
fun.
finally through the holidays now, so I feel like there's not like all sorts of weird random food in my house, which is easier.
That, and I had a I had a nice, at least 1 week solid honeymoon with my air fryer. And I'm going to tell you right now that bitch can move out for a little while because I gotta lose some weight. I
really want
do.
this thing. I don't want this thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's the bad thing is it's like it came at such a bad time in where I want to be.
Yeah.
Had it come in, I don't know, October. I mean, granted, I'd be fighting a much bigger bulge than I have now.
2012, it would have come to.
What is this you have? This is breaking
I was watching,
technology.
like because now, like when someone buys a car Like you don't notice that type of color at car, but suddenly like your friend has it and suddenly you see like 1,000 different, there's that car. Maybe that's my friend. Like, but before that you never noticed it. Yeah. Well, I was watching something the other day and someone mentioned air fryer and my brain's just attuned to it. And it was Emerald being like, buy my new air fryer. It fries with air, not oil. Like, no shit, Emerald. like I don't think that was the part we needed to explain.
So all my recipes.
And you're a professional chef, is what you're saying.
They don't. All my recipes include no oil because it's an air fryer. Okay, so
I mean that was a top line. That was a starting line of his commercial. Buy my new air fryer. It fries with air, not oil. All right, cool.
Hey, I will say I do need some help from you, Mac, whoever. I need shows to watch, and I know I've kind of said this before, but I seriously, I have Netflix. Okay, I have Disney Plus. I have so I have a Roku TV downstairs. Okay, because I skimped. I went very inexpensive, but it works great.
The one that's right in your grill while you're on the
correct. Yeah, like I'm 3 feet from it.
Speaking of, I'm not going to change the subject just for a second though. I saw a meme that was the guy from Pirates because you just watch those movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
saying like you're the worst playoff team ever, and then you cut down and it's Jack Sparrow, except he has the Bears C on his head. And just like, but you're saying I am a playoff team, though, right?
You're right.
I was like, oh, that's doubly burn.
Yeah. But no, I need more shows. So I did make a little list here of suggestions I need. This is what I'm currently into.
Have you watched 290 pounds and counting?
No. I'm still about 20 pounds away from seeing that show. So, but no, I what I'm currently into, seriously, Pirates, because I watch that. The Titanic. I don't know why. I'm mesmerized by it right now. Like psychic, medium, or like afterlife shows.
Yeah,
I'm kind of cool. But the reality stuff, not the scripted, not like The Mentalist or stuff like that. Like a reality.
You don't speak of The Mentalist if you're not going to mention Psych first.
I still never seen that. Okay.
I think we lost Ed.
Yeah,
it's nice knowing you, Ed.
Car and garage shows, home remodeling or flipping. And here's where Area 51 UFOs. I'm kind of getting
you strike weird, me as someone who'd believe that.
And then the last is self-help, like motivational stuff.
Wait, do you watch that?
Huh?
Do you watch that? Because it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Do you retain any of it?
Yeah.
I mean, you talked like a pirate for 3 weeks after those pirate movies.
No yet I made no positive changes in my life.
There's been no like beneficial stuff.
Right. You sword fought your kids with wrapping paper. Yet.
Are we going to be better today, lady?
Yes.
No, we're not, Captain.
Yeah. So because what I did, I reach out to people and they're like, watch Cobra Kai. I can't.
Again, I like to watch those. Like I'm terrible with the fact that I only like Netflix and YouTube because you can adjust the speed.
Yeah.
Like if I look at it and like, oh, this is an hour 10. I don't have that kind of dedication. Can I make it 45 minutes though? We'll speed that some bitch up.
Yeah. I don't think I could watch that on 300 speed. I'm serious. So no Cobra Kai, no Mandalorian. We talked about that already. I don't know the story. I don't get in Star Wars.
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I enjoyed Mandalorian.
Yeah. So I couldn't get into it. I tried. I couldn't. And then the other one.
You were trying to get into his suit, or why I actually watch the movie?
Yeah, the helmet didn't fit. Yeah. I have a huge melon.
Now that if we've even learned anything in this podcast, that checks out.
That's why I started my hat.
Yeah, whatever happened to you wore the hat once. We mocked it. You just stopped wearing it.
Well,
that's how
you've ruined our fun.
Anyway, yeah.
Brian and I were hoping for like a series of hats we could just destroy when you walked in.
They are now coming. I've ordered more hats. I thought I would get some for Christmas, but I did not. So
I
have
and the rest
more
of the
hats.
world
I'm going
made the mistake of ordering stuff this year.
Yeah, I'm going for my look with a hat. I'm going for my smellers. I got to find the smellers.
Who were you talking to about that the other day? I saw that word and I was like, oh, this is Damon talking.
No, that was on Facebook. Yeah, but I put it out there.
Oh, you were asking about, yeah.
Well,
it was Gina.
Gina popped up. She's catching up on shows, so she got to Drakkar Noir.
Season 2 of her podcast is out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, check that out after checking us out.
Yeah, check us out first, and then check out Gina. So, but that's Intentionally Lola.
Intentionally
so you
Lola.
Check that out.
And where all your.
But the other big one was the Queen's Gambit. Now that's about chess or something.
Yeah, my daughter actually just burned through that, and I watch it like without a. Like when I'm watching for myself, I don't put the parent filter on it.
Yeah.
And then I was doing something else and I heard it in the background and I heard some words and phrases and I was like, what's going on this TV?
Yeah.
And I pop out. I'm like, oh, it's just that chess show. You're fine.
Yeah.
Because, my kids are 15 and 17. They've seen it. They've heard it by now.
Right.
And it wasn't like there's nothing like visually graphic about it, but there were some friendly words, if you know what I mean. The friendly ones.
Yeah. Like football words in my house.
Yeah.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
No, but I honestly, like that one, I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
Because, that's what's nice. You get to watch a little bit of the trailer. You're like, hey, wait, I like this. And no, I wouldn't.
So that was weird because I watched the trailer. Is it when she's talking to the two guys and they're saying like, you can't be you can't be like, well, you're a rookie. You can't even be in this league. Like, why are you here? Yeah. That's the one where I was like, well, I want to watch this.
Yeah.
It had been recommended to me though as well, but yeah, I got through it.
Well, those are the three big recommendations was the Cobra Kai, the Gambit or whatever that is, the Queen's Gambit, and then the Mandalorian. And again, I can't do any of them. Matter of fact,
Amazon.
I do have Amazon.
Prime.
Yeah, I have Amazon Prime.
Seen The Boys.
No, what The Boys?
The Boys.
I don't think he'd like it.
No.
It didn't fall in any of his categories. It didn't fall in any of his categories.
Insert ridiculous joke here. Damon wouldn't like The Boys. Go ahead. I understand. Insert your joke. No, I get it. But no, I've never even heard of it, so I don't know.
It's a spin on the superhero.
Yeah, it's a more realistic view of superhero.
Yeah, see, I don't get into like Avengers and stuff like that.
But it's like if the Avengers were in the real world where there's actual consequences and people aren't good, like people aren't necessarily good or bad. These people are.
It's like if you
terrible.
happen to be born and Ted happened to be born with superpowers, and like 20% of the people were born with superpowers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the people that are supposedly good are not.
Is it a comedy?
Kind of.
It's also dark. Yeah, it's very dark.
Dark like Left Turn comedy, dark like.
The whole thing is a left turn show.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. and again, I might try it. I might try it out. I mean, it seems so limited. What's weird is you have all these platforms in front of you, and I'm watching, and I'm like, and I'm scanning for. Oh, I might like this. I might like this. Then you get like 30 seconds into it. You're like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Now it's on my playlist. How do I get it off my list?
Yeah.
But no, that I'm really looking for something like that. Something that whether they be half hour, 45-minute hour shows, and I'll burn through some seasons. I do a couple hours at a time. It takes my mind off what I'm doing. Because again, if I just put music on, or if I've tried listening, I have Audible books and stuff. I hate reading books, and I can't read when I'm walking. You know what I mean? I just can't.
Yeah, the thing with Audible, I find if I haven't read the book, like it's weird because of how I read. I read the book and then listen to it. Like if I'm listening to it before I've read it, I'll realize that it's 20 minutes later. I'm like, I don't have any idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I can just get lost because my brain like starts thinking about other stuff. And so I'm like, oh, wait, I was listening. Like my ears are like, hey, buddy, we've been doing something this whole time. You've been paying attention? No. No.
Right. Yeah.
No. Did they find the murderer? Oh, they did? I guess it wasn't important.
You mean, I got to back it up?
Yeah.
Nah, we're good. Well, I'll get the next one.
Yeah, we'll spin around. We'll catch it.
But
we'll catch it on the flip.
But I've tried doing that because there's a lot of like self-help and motivational stuff that way. And it's not motivational when someone's reading it in a voice like this that tells you that, hey, what he did was he went and spent $1 million on property, and he did. You know what I mean?
Did you get George? Did you buy an audiobook and it was your own voice?
Yeah. I could not listen to myself. I would lose so much interest in my own voice.
Hi, today we're going to tell you about. No,
A lot of people.
Yeah,
it's got to go.
Yeah.
By the way, we're telling people to listen to our voices, and then we're mocking. Like,
we're just promoting a
listen to my own
podcast. I don't know how you people do it.
So we're 15 minutes in. There's probably one person left. Ed, how do you do it?
Matter of fact, when I'm in a room with my thoughts, as long as my thoughts aren't using my own voice, I'll pay attention. But otherwise, I don't understand anything. But I think I need some of that stuff, and I'll post it on some of our pages and stuff. But I need some ideas based on those categories.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing. You can suggest your favorite show to somebody. If it doesn't fall in some kind of genre or category they like, again, you like a lot of I like Back to the Future, don't get me wrong, but I'm not into sci-fi and other stuff.
I'm not really into sci-fi either. My go-to, my guilty pleasure is usually murder mysteries, crime.
Okay.
There's two shows I like right now because they're both locked room. They're British detective shows. They're locked room impossible crime shows. One's Death in Paradise, which is more of a lighthearted one.
But it's a scripted
it's a scripted
series.
one. And one's called Jonathan Creek, which I'd forgotten how adult that was. And it's not like it's graphic or anything, but I'm watching it, and it's because it's British, you can show more stuff on British TV.
Gotcha.
They were at a nudist colony, and they were not
Oh,
Yeah. They were like behind the bushes, or, like sometimes they'll be holding like 2 drinks, like right in front of the chest.
right.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
who wants to play volleyball?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I'm glad I am not on the big TV with this.
Yeah.
Because, I said, like, people always walk in right at that one, because it wasn't the whole show, but
Right.
like they set it up like, hey, this is where we are. You might see this occasionally.
Right. Yeah.
And, it would be like my kids would walk in right when they were like playing volleyball or whatever. Like, yeah, those are out there. Sure,
Yeah.
sure thing.
Mom, guess what Dad's watching? That's what I would get.
The twigs and the berries, they're all out.
Yeah, that's what I would get. So, so with that being said, we're kind of caught up on my dilemma.
You said that you have Discovery Plus.
I have Discovery Plus.
Have you burned through all those shows? Because that seems like your entire like.
No, honestly, I haven't. I actually loaded up. So I know it's a new app, and it just came out like on Monday.
Yeah.
My wife's very big into the 90 Day Fiance, and I will watch it with her. It's entertaining. So she was very big into that. There's a lot of extra stuff on there, so we had to absolutely get the app. It's $4.99 a month. Now it's $6.99 if you don't want commercials. For $2, I don't have to fast forward or be stuck.
Yeah, we have Premiere Hulu.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Hulu. I know is big. Like, don't get commercials. So anyway, we got that, and there's a lot of shows on there that I have loaded up on. But again, they're half-hour shows. They're all kind of the same genre. They're in the same category. I get bored with that. I want to jump around,
jump up and get down.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're in the basement, right? Though.
But I am in the basement.
Okay,
yes,
it's safe.
Yeah. Concrete floor.
It's safe.
It barely moves.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, barely moves. But no. So please help. Give me some ideas. But in those genres, that's all. Because again, I'm not going to watch anime, superheroes, and be like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. You know.
Well, I need when I'm doing that, I need something that I just totally lose track of time.
Correct.
When I'm like looking down, like, is this over yet? And I keep looking at the clock. Then my brain's like, hey, you still have 10 minutes on this.
Yeah.
Like the treadmill or the bike or whatever I'm doing, not the show.
Yeah.
I like when all of a sudden it's like, oh, this has been on for an hour and a half. I didn't even realize it.
So the one that I'm almost done with, there was only 3 seasons of it. It's called Selling Sunset. So it's like the millionaire sales show, but it's group basically in LA that sells in the Beverly Hills, right? And they do this and that.
I figured that out in the sunset part.
But it's more drama. But it's unscripted, but it is scripted probably. I'm sure hey, get in this scenario, do this and that. I'm sure nothing's really unscripted now. People plan stuff out, they do it. But it's about real estate and about high dollar homes, $75 million homes, some weird stuff. I like seeing they walking through the house, then they're showing the commission and this and that. You're like, whoa, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes away from that being over. And then I want to jump into something different because it's not, but what's nice is, this is where I was going with that. Some of the episodes, I didn't know it. I thought they were all about 35, 45 minutes. So it was 2 or 3 days ago. I'm on the treadmill and I get through an episode because I try to make it to where I start with an episode when I don't like to pick up in the middle. I will if I'm like tired and I've hit my time and I'm done. Or I'm like, oh, mathematically this works out now. It'll be like right where I want to be tomorrow.
Right.
But so I get through an episode and I get through a second episode and I'm like, man, I'm really tired. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how could I be tired after like, an hour and 20 minutes when I've been doing 2 hours without it,
right.
My body, I'm building the resistance, and I lift the towel.
It shows.
Yeah, it shows in my calves. So I lift the towel up and I look, 2 hours and 27 minutes I've been on there. They were both like an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. And I didn't know this when I started it because it doesn't show a time unless you pause it.
Right.
So I do like that. The surprise was nice. And I was like, okay, no wonder I'm tired.
Well, that's the thing about the British shows, because they're in Britain, everyone has to pay a television license.
Okay.
Like it's a tax that everyone pays. So there aren't commercials.
Okay.
So their hour-long
hour.
shows are 58 minutes because they had
Gotcha.
like the credits and the like that.
Right.
Coming up next, they do that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I forget about that sometimes because usually like I can I have an hour and a half. I can get in 2 American shows because they're like 40.
45.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll be watching that. It's crazy because then you watch BBC America because my daughter likes Doctor Who, so we watch that one.
Yeah.
And that they make that almost a 2-hour show because they have to put commercials in. But the problem is because BBC doesn't have commercials, they just go in at weird spots. Like next we have to do, and then it's like all of a sudden a commercial, and you're like, we have to do what? What's going on? That's a good play because now I got to stick around and find out. But that was a dumb part for a commercial.
Yeah, and then when they come back, it's like they pick up in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Now you have to do, and that'll solve the problem. Like, wait a minute. Listen here, G.I. Joe.
Wait a minute.
I need the knowledge.
Did they know there was a commercial? Because you've been gone for a minute and a half, and I feel like we're a minute and a half into this conversation. Someone tell them there's a commercial.
But like I said, I haven't had TV for a while, and I remember we got some sort of apps we could watch that channel to watch that thing on New Year's Day.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, third commercial break in, I turned to my wife and I'm like, I'm not really a fan of these commercial breaks anymore. I've gotten used to not seeing these because it was the same commercial every break.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you watch with, like, I have DirecTV. So on demand, when you watch a show on demand, it'll say 42 minutes or 44 minutes. And you're like, okay. But the problem is it starts out with a commercial that you cannot fast forward.
Right.
And then when you get to a break where there would normally be a commercial that if you taped it off TV, it would just boom right through. It won't let you. It says fast forward's enabled because you're watching on demand. So they figured it out that it's like, I'll go on demand and watch it and I'll get no commercials. And they're like, whoa, hold on.
We need that money, son.
Well, because, realistically, unless it's a sporting event for me, because I'm big into football and playoffs start this weekend and stuff, and it'll be one game at a time, which I'm not used to now because I've been having the Red Zone channel. I'm spoiled. So, but I don't watch commercials because I don't watch live TV. I pick up, like we talked about. If it's a 30-minute show, I pick up 15, 17 minutes into it. Boom, we're finishing on time, but I didn't see a commercial.
Yeah.
And you got to think that people that are advertising know that now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so it's like, how much money do you pay to be on a fast forward?
Yeah,
you almost have to get a screen that will catch somebody's eye when you're fast forwarding.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with YouTube when they went to non-skippable ads. I was like, what is this? I'm not a fan of this, sir.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch 5 seconds and hit skip. That's the rule we have made, YouTube.
Yeah. We had an agreement.
We had an agreement. I would lift my arm up every 15 minutes and hit skip.
Yes.
And you would let me do that. That was the rule we had.
That's true, though. Now, even on Facebook or anything else, you start watching a video and you're like really engrossed in it. It's like ad starting soon.
Oh, I hate that.
And
Ad
you're
in
like, what
5,
do you mean?
4. And they do the Waynesboro thing. It's like ad in 5, 4, 3. And then suddenly the ad pops up. I'm like, where did 2 and 1 go?
Yeah, come on. Conan was about to say something I wanted to hear.
Where did 2 and 1 go, you jerks?
So now that we got sidetracked.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I thought we'd started a new podcast.
I was thinking maybe I do have
Television with Damon.
I do have some strange stories.
Oh, do you?
What do you how you feel about that? Ma, there's no more deviled eggs on the roof.
You know what that means. It's time for Strange Stories with Damon.
I like that. Hey, I have 2 today. And one of these I feel like I've talked about in my life already. So I'm hoping that we didn't talk about it on here. And if we did,
I don't remember what we talked about in this podcast either. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did we talk about the guy who sued his parents over his porn collection that was thrown out?
I'm glancing over at Brian
Don't think
for
so.
confirmation.
No, I don't feel we did either, but I've discussed this because
Wait, how did he sued his parents for his collection?
So here's the deal. Michigan guy sued his
Wait.
parents. Yeah.
Is this Williamson?
Is his name Eric?
Yeah.
No. Does this guy have a beard?
Yes, Michigan.
He sued his parents for throwing away his collection, and he's about to receive a large reimbursement from them. Okay. So basically,
Wait, does dad just go out to the garage and give it back?
so
Yeah, I threw that away.
So David, 42, he's 42 years old. He's set to get $75,000, okay, from Beth and Paul working. Couple things. At least David's parents are working.
Hey, Damon.
Are we doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Oh, my pants. Yes. Ted's wearing this awesome shirt today. That's Ghostbusters. But what the makers of this shirt did, it was so ingenious. Tell them, Ted, what they do.
They put a Velcro patch where the name badge is, so I can be whichever Ghostbuster I want, depending on which name I put on.
Right. And then consequently, we come in today and Brian has a camera on because Brian is filming a commercial for Audiohive Podcast that he can put out on different platforms and pass around. So we're in a commercial.
Yeah.
At some point in time.
And Damon suggested that every time Brian moves the camera, I change which Ghostbuster I am.
Yeah, I said, please change your badge every time he changes it. Now, it makes an awesome Velcro sound, so I will just pretend like my pants are ripping. Because quite honestly, even though my legs are smaller, nothing else is.
We've discussed that Damon's pants are somehow conversely all break away and none of them break away at the same time.
Yet they have no buttons.
Yeah. All right, let's bring us back in with Strange Stories. We are in Michigan with David, 42, suing his parents over his porn collection.
Correct. So, but what's funny is his parents' names, Beth and Paul Working. Okay, well, if you're 42 and living with your parents, I'm guessing your last name either ain't working or your middle name is ain't. Yeah. Okay?
Paul Working? No.
No.
David Working? Oh, not at all.
Not at all. David,
Wait, he's still living with his parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the deal. He went through a divorce, moved back in with him. Okay.
Oh, so it wasn't like a continuous.
Right. Here's my deal though. He's going to get $75,000 from his biological parents who were letting him live there after he got thrown out from his wife for having basically, I guess, one hellacious porn collection. Can't see why that didn't work out, David, but whatever.
Wait, did they knock off for like sticky pages or? Yeah. If you would have kept it fresh, it would have been 150. That's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
That's on you.
You know, when you collect comic books, you never take them out of the wrapper, David.
Right.
I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
But he won this.
Gross.
Yeah. He said, so what's weird is the original lawsuit, he estimated the collection was worth $25,000. He won $75,000 because of like punitive damages and like mental stress.
You get extra money for having to go to the internet.
Yeah.
To
So his lawyer, Miles Greengard, by the way, awesome name for a lawyer, Greengard. But how awesome is that when a guy walks in your office and goes, "I want to sue my parents over throwing away my porn." I got you, boo.
I'm in.
I got you. Yeah.
Can you imagine all right, so that's the lawyer. That's probably his best day. Can you imagine when that docket hits the judge's desk and the judge is like, all right, first up on the oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah.
Is this my life now? Yeah. I've been like, what's the fastest way I can get out of here? All right, fine. Judgments to you, I'm out. Let's go.
Right. Is there an I give?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Exhibit A. No exhibits.
Yeah.
No nothing.
I got
exhibit double D. You were going to say it. I know you were.
No, I got exhibit MMA. I'm tapping out. I'm the attorney. I'm tapping out right now. It's like we give.
But it's his parents. I would have been like, all right, we're going to pay you that money, but you're getting out.
Yeah.
Goodbye. You're out of our house. Like,
we just gave you
I don't understand
payment.
that. Yeah.
We just gave you down payment on a house. But
couldn't they have just worked that out? Like, and not been this wouldn't have been in the news.
So what was weird? Well, his parents. All right. Let's
Paul
go back.
And Beth. Is that
let's
what
go
we're
back
talking
to
about?
the attorney? Okay. He said, and this is what he said.
Miles Greencheese. What was his name?
We have asked the court for treble damages, which we believe are warranted given the wanton destruction of the property.
Wait. Wanton destruction or wonton?
Wanton destruction.
Because wait,
the microphone just went in my way.
He's just throwing dumplings at the, at the building.
Yeah, the pot stickers.
This story just got really good.
Wait
Hold
a minute.
on.
We need an extra $4.95 for them pot stickers.
Why are these pot stickers sticky?
Yeah. So anyway, he said this was a collection of often irreplaceable items and property. Okay. So he was living with his parents basically because he got divorced. And so
probably because he has a $75,000 porn collection somewhere.
So he goes to move into a place of his own. Hey, congratulations. Maybe now
good for you. Yeah.
Maybe David is working again now instead of David ain't working. So congratulations. But he goes to get his stuff and it's not there. So it was probably missing. So the good news is, I guess, you're not using your stuff while you're in your parent. Are we doing it?
Hey, move the camera.
Move the camera.
Is this another angle?
Do it. Nice.
Damon, I can see your calves. So you have been working out.
And now we are Venkman.
All right. So he goes to move and his stuff's not there.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great story.
So he goes to move and his stuff isn't there. And so basically, his dad says, frankly, David, I did you a big favor by getting rid of all this stuff. That you actually would buy such films and watch such films depicting such violence is beyond the pale. Now, that's a weird way to put it, but whatever. Okay. He says, I have no words to express the depth of my shock and disappointment. Believe it or not, one reason why I destroyed your porn was for your own mental and emotional health. I would have done the same had I found a kilo of crack cocaine.
I don't know. I can see him saying that and being like, but don't go in the trunk in the basement.
Yeah.
I destroyed all of it.
Yeah. When he stands up, he's like, what about my sister's meth lab? You let her have that in the basement, you know?
This is not about her, David.
Yeah. And she stands up. He's always been jealous of my meth lab. I was so good in science growing up. She's 47.
She just slowly slides her her goggles off of her head. Yeah. You leave me out of this. I'm running a business here.
You are a filthy man. You do not bring this on me.
If I was a judge, I think I would have been like, look, all of what you had, you can find via Google in 8 seconds today.
Right.
Get out of my courtroom.
Right. Well, you know,
what is the market for used porn? Like, I don't.
How about those jurors though? They're like, wait, do we have Kleenex? We're gonna need to see Exhibit A, Exhibit B.
No.
No.
They're just like, they're clapping their hands together. All right. It's just so weird, man, because how would you, first off, you're suing your parents.
At your early 40s.
Yeah, early 40s. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
But
They gave you a home after you were kicked out of your home, presumably for having a giant porn. I don't know why you got divorced, but I have to assume that was partially. Why didn't you make the car payment? I got a great deal on a 1974 Hustler.
right.
Couldn't pass it up. We don't have a car anymore, David. You know what I mean? Like, and then he's like,
Then he comes out and he's got one of those old fashioned plastic blow up dolls. Like, we fill this with helium. It's like the movie Up. We can go right to the store in this thing. I will put a basket on the bottom of it.
in my beautiful balloon.
Your balloon look is shocking. Your balloon looks so amazed to be anywhere right now.
Is there a law against that? I don't know, but I think there's going to be one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Where do you keep the groceries on the way home?
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
The same way they get cakes into prison.
Yeah. He'll never work at Macy's. He wants to be in charge of the parade. How big's the budget? But no,
The Spanksgiving Day parade.
So awesome. This one was so vulgar. We put 2 masks on this float. But no, I first off, no matter what it's about, even whether it's about porn or whatever else, how do you sue your parents?
Yeah.
Right. Unless you're like Macaulay Culkin back in the day or whatever. You know, if you're a child
clearly
star,
abused
right.
you, or right.
But how do you sue your parents? And second off, how do you make that public knowledge now that I had this awesome porn collection, bro, and my parents like threw it away, man?
Especially since everything's on the internet. Like, imagine if he goes like on some sort of dating app and they're like, David Working. What's his name?
Yeah, David Working.
David Working.
WERK. So it's not
that,
Oh,
so it's probably jerking, but they had to change it. Yeah. Well, can you imagine that? Like, that name sounds familiar. Let me look him up and because that's what people do now. They look you up. Like, why is this name familiar? I'm gonna swipe whichever way you swipe on those. So the swipe left. Is that the wrong way? We're gonna go.
I'm gonna close the app.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm gonna close the app.
They let this man on here. I'm out.
The only nice thing is you're like, man, he just came into 75 G's. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go somewhere.
Oh,
yeah,
he certainly did.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I'll timestamp it because your face is red and you can't even talk. Okay,
they went around the corner and then hit you in the. You're like, oh,
well, because we've been PG-13 till now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
He acquired $75,000. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So anyway, we can just agree that he had no merit in suing his parents.
Right. No, not at all.
Right. Especially with that thing called the interweb. The
right.
You're good. You're good.
Like he got divorced. He couldn't get a storage unit for that. I get he couldn't afford a home, but he couldn't afford like $60 a month for a storage unit.
All the hobos breaking into his storage unit. Wow.
Yeah, you couldn't turn that into a business.
Yeah, absolutely. So old David, he probably is working now.
Yeah.
And he's $75,000 richer. And I got to tell you right now, I have kids old enough to sue me. Bring it on.
I was just going to say, bring it.
First off, that is worth every laugh I'm going to be thrown out of the court every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So every day. You know what I mean?
I would say I'll save some. I'll hold some back so then when the court starts, I'll burn it right there in the courtroom. Oh yeah, I saved this because I knew this was coming. So
I saved this. Yeah. This is not some of your proudest stuff.
This is just an example of what I did with the rest of it.
Yeah. I have one more story that's gonna far surpass the one we just did.
Wow.
Okay.
We took a little left turn on that one.
Well, yeah. You took a
left turn.
Yeah, you swipe left. That's what you did.
You're probably going to need to timestamp that whole story, bro.
Yeah, that never happened.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't Ted. That was Venkman. It's Peter Venkman.
Yeah, Peter Venkman. So this one, the title's weird, but Diamond in the Rough Racing Pigeon sells for $1.9 million.
Is the name of the pigeon Diamond in the Rough?
No, I believe it might be the name of the article. because it's very weird how it was put on there, but it's racing pigeon, sells for $1.9 million. So
Well, he can buy a lot of David's collection with that.
So the name of the bird was New Kim. New Kim sold to a Chinese bidder, rumored to have brought the last most expensive pigeon that they know was Armando, was the pigeon before
Montalongo?
that. Yeah. Yes, he flips houses, and he's a race pigeon. They bought Armando for $409,000. They spent $1.9 million on this one.
So you're
Okay.
saying if David would have invested in birds,
Yes,
his parents would be destitute right now?
yes. I'm just thinking of how many millions of dollars in chickens Brian has killed because he's not racing them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really thinking.
Yeah, Brian,
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, maybe get him some goggles, a helmet, race him. You know, I guess they're flying. They're not driving cars. He can fly fine until Brian put gloves on him. He's got driving gloves on the pigeon's wings.
No, it's that 5-point harness. It's really slowing him down.
Yeah. That Hans device. He keeps going head first into the sidewalk. That son of a bitch is heavy. Just a plume of feathers every time. We got to wreck and turn 3. So anyway, this story, it sounds too bizarre, but it's not. It's a Belgian racing pigeon named New Kim. All right. So basically, there was a half-hour bidding war, get this, between Super Duper and Hitman, 2 Chinese bidders. First off, I don't think Super Duper is your biological name.
You never know.
Okay. Hitman, he was a wrestler, so that I could see him doing that. You know, Bret the Hitman Hart, he was probably doing this. 2 Chinese bidders. Okay. So basically,
Did they know they were bidding on racing pigeons, or did they
Yes.
think they were going to get like they're going to get some ramen later?
right. Yeah.
The
Here's
ones that race are the tastiest of pigeons.
Are they a special breed of pigeon? No. They're called racing homers. They look like your average city pigeon. Okay.
Well, except for that, the goggles and the Hans device. Sure.
Yeah. It says pigeon racing has a long history, possibly thousands of years, but its popularity seriously declined after the invention of television. No shit.
I thought you were going to say after the invention of horses.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like 800 of them pull a stagecoach.
Funny, we can't get up to 88.
The old westerns. Hey, Tonto, what are you riding?
Yeah, that wasn't like a dust trail you'd see like out in the distance. It was just 1,000 pigeons trying to pull a stagecoach. This just isn't working.
Hi-O Silver. No. Hi-O Greybird. Away. So basically, the Belgians brought back the sport. Okay. So they race between 60 and 600 miles. Okay. They'll release them and they'll always basically go back to the starting point.
Michelle, what is it today? Oh, it's 600? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm out.
So first off,
how do you know it's the same bird? Hey, my bird won. I think it's just a regular city bird. No. That's my bird.
No. And then you go to New York, there's like 800 of them with red collars on because he put collars on every bird. Like, one of these son of bitches is going to show up on time. One of them.
Yeah, you just have a guy like at mile marker 597.
Yeah.
All right, it's been long enough. Let him go. Let him go.
He starts flying the wrong way. Damn it.
I told you to bring 2.
Don't worry, with that helmet on, he won't get far. We'll turn him around.
With that guy's luck, though, it would crash into the other bird coming the other way.
So there's a vibrant betting history or, industry that surrounds this. All right. In recent years, the Chinese have gotten more involved with the sport. So if you have honestly, if you have a $1.9 million bird.
Yeah, because the rest of the countries have laws.
It is rumored that the bidder who got him, like I said, and the bird's name is New Kim. So I can't imagine what Old Kim sold for. Yeah. Old Kim's got to be, it's probably like a bloodline. Okay. Which coincidentally, they start talking about here next because the guy that bought him now has New Kim and Armando, right? So he has $2.3 million in 2 pigeons.
Yeah, he's one cat accident away from being destitute.
Yes. And he just bought a cat named Sylvester. So you might wonder what's coming next for this, but It's a world-renowned breeder. Gaston van de Wouwer, which sounds made up, but it's not.
No one breeds like Gaston.
Okay. He's the guy that sold the $1.9 million bird because he's 76 years old. He's looking to retire, and his kids don't want to keep the legacy going. Okay.
All right.
So first off, this is a kid that I can get behind. The last guy, David.
Yeah, he's
not
out.
a chance.
No.
I want $75,000 for my parents. These guys go, they're going to give me they're going to give me a pigeon or $1.9 million.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what? You go ahead and take the bird. Let's sell him. Okay.
Here's your choice, but you can either sell it.
So yeah. What's next? You can sell it.
You could sell it.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to sell it.
Yeah.
But sell it.
So basically, they sold their whole coop of birds, 445 birds, Brian. Imagine that, and chickens.
That's a lot of chickens.
That's a lot of birds, right?
Yeah, that would just be one cacophony of noises all the time.
So the 445 birds emptying their coop was $7 million before the sale of New Kim. $8.9 million in pigeons.
You in the wrong bird, son.
You're in the wrong bird business, my friend. Wrong. And you don't want to kill them. You want to make them faster. So you want to chase them with your stuff, but you don't want to kill them.
How bored do you have to be like, you know what? I bet we could race those birds. Those birds would race.
So, are you ready for this? Is the best part here. If you're ready to get in the trade, keep in mind it requires dealing with pigeons. Pascal,
Really?
Yeah, Pascal Bodengine. I don't know how to say his name. The head of the Belgian Pigeon Federation.
BPF? We go way back. Sure. I think I'm paying dues to them.
Has some words of caution for those tempted by the $10 million race prize. That's like, do the people that win the Kentucky Derby win that much money?
I don't know.
I mean, like 10 million?
That
I
would
don't
race them horses.
Pigeon's faster than a horse.
Well, the problem is like even if you have a horse, there's a lot of money to raise and train and house and like feed a horse.
Yeah.
A pigeon is like, what? I got some corn left over. Throw that out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have to imagine the cost of owning pigeons is much less than the cost of maintaining horses.
I got to say the return on the investment for this was probably amazing.
Yeah. All right. So what's his caution about the $10 million?
Well, no, he cautions everybody. You have to take this seriously. You have to day in and day out. Your whole life is pigeons.
Well, we're out.
Yeah.
We couldn't take it seriously for 8 minutes.
But they have $10 million race prizes with a $1.9 million bird. So I guess in reality, if you win it once, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're all right. Your money ahead.
Well, can you imagine like you just see that guy from the Dunkin' Donuts come out, time to race the pigeons.
Yeah.
What does my life become?
See what I see is I see an awesome like Disney movie like The Invincible, where they had Vince Papale actually walk on and make the team. You're like in New York.
Except he's not for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was the Belgian Pigeons.
Yeah, it's the Belgian Pigeon. That's what I'm saying. No Eagles.
Right.
But I could. Oh, could you imagine that a ringer like having like a hawk, but like
picking him up like a pigeon,
you dress him down.
That seems like a very large pigeon. Hey, we don't pigeon shame here, sir.
Yeah. Hey, it's not the size of the pigeon that matters.
What do we call him? We call him Pace Car. That's what we call him. Because he's gonna be setting the pace. I tell you what,
it's a bald eagle. You're painting his head. You can't have this white. I'm telling you right now, you're going to give yourself away. You're going to give yourself. Stop with all the whole squawking. Stop. Stop.
Stop eating the other birds. I can figure it out.
Stop grabbing the competitors out of midair. Stop.
Hey, how come your trainer has a mask and a leather glove?
Yeah,
don't ask.
Yeah, why does your pigeon stop and grab pike out of the water?
Why are the rest of us in t-shirts and jeans and you're dressed like a falconer? Don't worry about it. Suddenly Soundwave shows up and Laserbeak takes over,
and then other guys are like not as cool with it, so they're trying to cheat too. So next thing you know, like you hear the starting gun and you just hear whoo, whoo, and you're like, your bird's not going anywhere.
I thought you were gonna say you hear the starting gun, and then suddenly you hear something like pull. Wait, did we hear the starting gun? That sounded like a shotgun, to be honest with you. I told you not to have the skeet shooting next to the pigeon racing.
But
how hard was it to coordinate that?
Here's the deal. I would have totally been in on this, But if I knew that I was bidding against Super Duper and Hitman, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's really no way that I could have beat, there's no way.
Who am I bidding against? Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
They sound like guys that let you buy the bird, and they just take him from you in the alley afterwards. Because
Wait, what do you mean you're putting up my cash for this bird? You'll find out.
Yeah, and how do you describe that to the cops? Who was it? Super duper hitman. You gotta find him.
Sure we will, sir. We got one guy on this.
Yeah, we got one guy. We didn't lose the bird. He's
just anything like remotely attached.
He pops and he's like, "You need me?"
There's an animal involved?
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, this was one of my favorite stories to look at this week. And I really thought that, I don't know. I thought this would be like the big one. I had fun with David's porn collection. I really did. Okay.
Before they threw it away?
Yeah. Well, they didn't throw it away. They just got rid of it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They had 75 grand to give him. Turns out it was worth 100. So they're like, "Hey, we'll give you 75.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
No problem.
No worries. And I can replace
So
most
you're
of it.
saying, like, if you pick some lotto numbers, I should pick some other lotto numbers because you keep calling these stories wrong. This is going to be the big one.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, this one was better.
No,
This was better than David. But no, I have not been right to this point. You are correct. No, this is like the first time I really nailed it, But there's only two, if you notice. I'm not trying to do too much because I feel like two's enough. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like the week we did Dwayne May or the week we did the tortoise, one was enough.
Yeah, one was enough.
One was enough. Okay. Hey, so before we go, the one thing that I do want to bring up is our new term of endearment here on the show, because we've always been juice boxes, but now I don't know, Brian. I don't know if you picked up on this week or not, Brian. But our new term is deckhand.
It goes in with your pirate theme.
It goes in with the pirate theme. You're a real deckhand. Yeah, don't be a deckhand.
Gotcha.
Okay.
No, he literally called me that, and I was like, "Did he just call me a?" Oh no, he didn't. He did not.
I did it very discreetly because like say you said deck, right? I thought hand. That's pretty close. You said hand, right? You bet I did.
Yeah,
you bet
I did.
So I guess we're gonna take a nautical theme.
Deckhead is a little too on the nose. I think I know what he meant.
Wait a minute.
That could have been just an autocorrect.
Yeah. And deckhand is way too specific, so we're not going to go there either.
No.
Yeah.
That's
David.
David
David will go there.
Beat me by that much.
I love when you get that look in your face. I love that. What did I rob you of? I put something on a tee and you didn't swing at it fast enough.
You said that your son was going to go help your grandma do some heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And I was typing, how much does she bench? And you sent, as I was typing that,
he spots her when she's benching.
Yeah. And I was like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, I put it on the tee, son.
Stupid thumbs.
You took too long to swing at it. So again, let's quick reminder this week, please send some recommendations for shows to watch when I'm on the treadmill. So
I'm hoping for a lot of interior decorating stuff for Damon.
Yes.
A lot of how to use your air fryer.
How to make fast food at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Carbon Hill.
Of Carbon Hill. It's Coal City. That's only funny if you live in this area.
Like
otherwise, you wouldn't get it. So don't. Yeah, if you're from Michigan, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I'd be Kalamazoo.
Yeah. If you're from Kalamazoo and have a beard, which by the way, my beard, hey, pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Pretty sharp. Hey, the only way that I'm keeping this beard, not a fan, by the way, is if
I'm not a fan of what it's attached to. So that I agree.
You're a big fan of the cover up, right? What it's hiding.
Yeah.
Is if it's not white. So I informed my wife, who loves the beard, that cool, it can stay, but we have to make sure that I don't watch a 90-year-old man staring back at me in the mirror.
Someone posted on Facebook said that guys stop coloring your beard, just let it have a little gray in it. And I was like, yeah, but what if the whole thing's gray?
Yeah, it's not a little. There's nothing little about it. Now I do have little spots now because here's what I found. As I'm using this, like it's like a shampoo you can use in the shower and you rinse it out.
But that's usually where I use my shampoo.
Right. Yeah.
You got a minute? I'll show you.
It's a
one
shampoo
right over
you can
here.
use at the dinner table. I mean, whatever, it's all good. But anyway, What are you doing? I'm lathering. Could you cut my steak?
Yeah.
I'm lathering.
Hey, you noticed earlier, this is the repeat step. So you're already behind.
So I'll say it twice. Could you cut my steak? Could you cut my steak? There's my repeat. But so I put it on. The bad part is then I get out and I'm like, it's still gray here. And it's like, I can't see. You know, you think you lather everything up. So now as you're trying to tackle these smaller gray spots, you're like, wow, the rest of it's getting really dark. I think I better cut back, bro. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think my hair was this dark since I was probably like teenager. Because, you know, your hair gets lighter as you get older.
Yeah. Wait,
So-
does it?
I mean, yours weighs next to nothing. So yes, it really
did physically get lighter.
It
That
is lighter. But again, please send these requests, and they can be ignorant ones. I don't care. I have a lot of fun with it. But if you could get me something in the wheelhouse of my list, especially seriously, like something on the Titanic, I'm really into that right now. So if there's shows on that, I want to see that stuff. You know, I could never go. I'm never going to scuba dive. I don't like being underwater.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to do that stuff. So
There's a whole movie on it. I don't remember the title though.
Spoiler alert, boat sinks.
Yeah.
So,
Something about two people who couldn't fit on a door. I think that's the title.
let me hold the door for you. No, thanks.
No,
I got it.
Yeah, you can hold it, but you're going to eventually let go. Popsicle.
Yeah. You can hold it, but we both know this is my door. So, all right. Other than that, I guess we're good. Brian, you got anything else to add?
Yeah,
Besides,
you didn't really add anything this episode.
you were up moving around because what you asked me before the show? Hey, do you mind if I get up a couple times and move the camera? And I said, only a couple this time? Sure, man.
Yeah.
Why cut back?
So you didn't do any percussion with random items on your desk?
Yeah,
I tried
you had
it.
no voicemails.
Actually, I did ding the mic with my coffee a couple times. He didn't even notice.
Really?
Yeah.
We
Well,
were too busy.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. So, but no, so get those suggestions to us, and then again, follow us on social media, and where else are they going to follow us? Ted,
They're going to follow us on thatchecksoutwdt. That would be our webpage. It has all of our social links and the links to every episode of this show. You can check it out, find out for yourself. You can suggest items. You can read about us. You can see pictures of us. It's all on thatchecksout.net. You can also follow us on social media. Thatchecksoutwdt. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
That's our email at gmail.com.
so smart.
For Damon and Brian.
I love that awkward silence. I am not editing that out. I'm not. That is staying.
For Damon and Brian here at Audiohive Podcast Studio. I have been Ted. Thank you very much. That checks out.
Three idiots stared at each other in silence. Who's going to talk?